Hey everyone, welcome back to the Shenanigans Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Simon.
How we doing, Simon?
I've had better weeks. How about you?
Oh, same man. It's been an uneventful week in quarantine still, and we're
Yeah.
almost to June. Tomorrow's June 1st, and we're still in quarantine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, things are starting to relax here. So from tomorrow, people can start meeting in groups of 6. Obviously, still doing the whole 2 meter separation thing. And my parents texted me. They want to come because my birthday's in June, and they want to come to London to come and say hello. But we're trying to plan like a social distancing picnic somewhere near me. So they'll probably just come and throw food at me, throw food and birthday presents at me, which should be fairly interesting to watch.
And that's very sweet of them. I guess I just have a different, like me and my wife were having a conversation. I guess I just have a different opinion about social distancing. Not that I don't do it. I do it. Don't get me wrong. I wear my face mask outside. I do it. But like with some of my friends, like 4th of July is coming up.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
The Queen Elizabeth meme. I forget what it is, but 4th of July. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Colonial Day. No, sorry. Happy Treason Day, Ungrateful Colonials. That was it.
Damn Brits. Just kidding. Love you guys. 4th of July is coming up. And I want to have just a couple friends over, another couple. And my wife's like, but it's weary. I was like, yeah, but we saw him when this quarantine thing happened. We hugged them. I know them well enough. If they had symptoms, they're not going to come over. I know there's the whole thing where it's like, you don't know if you have it or not, but it's like, we made it this far. I think we can give ourselves a little leeway and see people for like a holiday.
Well, yeah, and considering it'll be July, you would hope that things would be more open then. Like, even though we've got this thing happening from tomorrow. You know, I can tell just by listening to people outside on the street. I mean, people are already meeting up in groups, and pubs are open, sort of.
Yeah.
So things are definitely starting to relax, and hopefully it should start happening more elsewhere. But there's always sort of that constant worry of a second spike, which is why, like, I wouldn't be. My parents wouldn't have suggested it if they didn't think that it was a good idea. And it'll be one of those things that's sort of like a go or no go situation closer to the time. If there is a second spike, or if anything's bad, or they don't feel like it's a good idea, then they'll say so, and we'll figure something else out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I don't go out. I don't go out unless I absolutely need to.
And I totally agree. We get our groceries delivered.
No, I don't have that luxury.
We had to go to Target yesterday, to get a couple things, because we shop at I think I told you we shop at Aldi now.
Yeah.
Just because it's a little cheaper. But Aldi has a lot of their own brand stuff to make it cheaper, and a lot of their own brand stuff is really good. But sometimes they don't have like the butter I like, or the cheese I like, or the milk I like.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I know what you mean.
So I do just have to go to a different store to get some specialty items.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
But that's fine. Hey, I'm going a little cheaper. Not that I think going cheap on groceries is like, but some grocery stores are just out, like Whole Foods, man. I'm just like, why? I get it's all organic stuff, but I'm not going to spend $500 on groceries. But an apartment payment.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that is very close to my rent payment for the month, which is that's another thing. Like, even though things are starting to go back to normal, I'm still just sort of sat refreshing my email, being like, come on, I need to hear back from a job. And I've told you this before. My sleep schedule is utterly ruined because I can't sleep because I'm stressing about all this stuff. But then when I do get to sleep, it's from 3 a.m. until midday, because even with an alarm, I will just sleep through it,
Yeah.
and then like the whole cycle starts over again, and it's driving me insane. That's the one thing which I'm absolutely hating. Like I can make like I go out, I'll do some exercise, or I'll go for a run, or do some exercise in my room, and I'll feel better. Um, but that's the only thing is like I need that aspect to speed up because yeah, it's not great.
No, and I think that's a lot of people right now is the job market's very either you got laid off or it's hard to unless you had a job.
Mm,
Some people got laid off, but if you don't have a job, it's hard to find a job in this market right now because people aren't
yeah.
businesses are going out of business. Like me and my dad, we're just talking about cars. Do you know Hertz? The
Yeah, Hertz van rental.
yeah, they just went out. They went out of business.
Oh wow, I did
Yeah,
not know that.
they went bankrupt. So my dad was like, we're because my wife's just got a new job,
Mm,
so she wants to get a new car. So my dad was like, yeah, Hertz just went out of business, so the used car market in America is going to go down. The prices of cars are going to go down like 11% because they're selling off all their stock. And I'm like,
yeah.
but that's not the first one. I know some clothing stores went out of business, went bankrupt because of this. Um, Small businesses are going out of business. It's a real
Mm,
hurtful time for not even just America's economy, but the world economy. It's just in the shitter because all these businesses and all these corporations are just going out of business and they can't make any money because nobody's making money to spend money.
yeah, yeah.
So I do hope we do come up with a vaccine. Someone comes up with a viable vaccine that doesn't cause that many issues. I know there's always a chance of a vaccine causing some issues. That's why
Yeah,
we
well,
do
not even
test.
that, just a steady decrease in cases, and no and fewer new cases to the
Yeah,
point that again, a part of that is just very dependent on people not being stupid, which I'm afraid to say
exactly.
is that's not going to go away anytime soon
No, no.
uh,
Pe- People are going to be
because people are stupid.
because people have a tendency, especially we're the same age, especially our generation, have a tendency to defy the law when the law tells you can't do something.
Mm,
You cannot be like I see it with my friends all the time. I see it on Instagram, Snapchat. It's like you don't social gather, and then 2 days later, some dude's having a party with 20 people. I'm like, you're dumb.
yeah. I mean,
You
I'm sure it's happened here as well, but I'm seeing a lot fewer cases of that kind of mass social gathering here than I am anywhere else. I think maybe because obviously we're like a smaller land mass, it's a
yeah.
smaller place, so on and so forth. But even so, like I when they were like, oh yeah, young people have a better chance of fighting it off, and it's like that's really the worst. That's the worst mentality to take this because yeah, it may be true. Doesn't mean you can't be an asymptomatic fucking words. You can't be an asymptomatic carrier of it. You can still
Yeah.
cause trouble to other people.
Yeah,
So
even though
don't be selfish. Stay inside.
exactly, and that's why I said my close friends, like we know the
Yeah.
risks. Um, but I wouldn't do it with my parents because my close friends are the same age as me. My parents are a little older, way older actually, obviously.
Well, yeah, it's
Um,
the same line, which is why like I when I do this thing for my birthday with my parents, it is going to be very very strict in the fact that I'm not going to go anywhere near them. As much as I'd love to run up to my mum and give her a hug, and my dad, but I'm not going to do it because it's a stupid thing to do, and I could get fined for it.
yeah, exactly.
I don't, and I
That's
wouldn't be able to
exactly
afford that.
that's exactly what you need. Get
Mm,
fined.
yeah, that's
Um,
exactly what I don't need right now.
but it's I think we are seeing a slow but steady, I don't even know if I would call it steady, decrease in cases in the infectiousness, I think that's the word.
In the spread.
Yeah, I think the spread's starting to go down. Because social distancing works, man. Wearing a mask works. It's
it does, but at the same time, it doesn't. Like you said that you get your food delivered, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I can't do that. Therefore, I have to go to the shops, and obviously outside my local Sainsbury's, when you're lining up, they've got tape marked out to show you, how far away you need to be, which is fine. Everyone adheres to that. I mean, we're British. We invented queuing. Like we're the masters of queuing. So we know how to do that. But as soon as you're inside, despite the fact that they've placed tape around the place, it's effectively free reign. People I maybe stood looking at one thing, and there's a line to separate the 2 meters, and there's someone behind me who's maybe 2 meters away, I don't know, but then somebody thinks, oh, I'll just squeeze through them to get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
That is completely destroying the point of this. Either wait, you can ask, you can just wave your hand in front of my face and say, can I come in and get this? It's literally a question. I don't mind moving, but or find a different way around. That's my take on it, because I'm normally listening to music anyway. So if I want to get somewhere, I will find a different route, or I will wait, because I have got all the time in the world. I really have nothing else to do.
And I totally agree with you. Like, we were at Target, like I said yesterday. Target's great because they have arrows on the aisles on which way you can go.
I heard, yeah, I kind of wish they did that.
But there was this one lady, like, we're at the cashier, and there's one lady just kept fucking going behind me and like getting real fucking close, and I was like, back off, lady, like, whoa, social distancing.
Yeah, there's another bit. There's like as you're going into, and this is just at my Sainsbury's, so I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but it's got 2 entrances like either side, and so everybody queues up to go in one side, and then so when some people are done, they come back out that side and therefore go back along the queue, not through the queue, but along, like, right next to it, to go back and out and obviously off back home. But when they're going right next to it, you're not 2 meters away. They're like 6 inches away.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, you're completely defeating the point, which is why, even though it takes me longer, I go out the other side and I take a longer walk home. I mean, why not take advantage of it? It's the UK, it's summer, it's nice and sunny out, I've got music, I've got all the stuff that I need. Yeah, it may be a little bit heavy, but if I take a longer route home, I get to enjoy the sun. I mean, I take a longer route to get there anyway, because I want to take advantage of it. So, and I kind of wish they had like a one-way system. They've got now like these shields next to the self-checkouts. Excuse me. So it kind of blocks people off from each other, which is really good. But again, literally the mentality of every single person in that shop, and in most places, even on the street, it's like, oh no, I'll just squeeze past, because that's what we're used to doing normally, and because we're British, like, we're just really apologetic. Oh no, it'll be fine if I just squeeze past it. No, it fucking isn't. I have had to call people out on it, like not recently, thank God, but like right at the start, there were people coming really close and saying no, because I was unable to move 2 meters away. It was impossible for me to do so because I was up against a wall or something or whatever. So it's like, no, you can't just squeeze past. Just wait. Like, just be patient. People are so impatient, and they just want to. They want to get where they're going, but for the love of God and for your own safety and mine and those people around you, just fucking wait.
Dude, people are impatient. People are impatient.
I hate it. It's really getting to me.
People are impatient. Some people are. Dude, I think me and my wife counted like 10 people yesterday without face masks, even though it's mandatory now in Virginia, and I'm like, what are these fucking people doing? Wear a face mask. And I'm
yeah, it's yeah, I know what you mean.
it sounds like you're kind of like me. I'm a very confrontational person. Something's fucking going on, or like I don't feel right about something, I'll say something and be like, "Whoa, can you back up?" Like you're
Yeah.
getting real fucking close to, like, I've said it to people in like gas station lines before. Like I was one time in the 7-Eleven. This real shady dude was getting real fucking close to me, and I was like, I turned around, I was like, "Can you back up, please? You're getting uncomfortably close to me." And this was before
Yeah.
coronavirus, so it's just like some people just don't get personal space. On top
No.
of coronavirus, I'm like, hey, I have a bubble. Get out of my fucking bubble.
Mm.
Like, I understand, like, at the grocery store before coronavirus, ooh, can I just squeeze by you? I just gotta grab a can of marinara first, for a second. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's fine. But when it's literally, because I don't know anything about these people. I don't know who's
yeah.
carrying what, or it doesn't like it may not even be coronavirus. It could be anything else. They could be carrying all sorts of shit. So it's made. I think it's just maybe more. It's certainly made me 10 times more hygienic, but it's just made me more aware of things as a person, which is I suppose a good thing. But it's got me a bit paranoid, I think, as well, a little bit, and it'll certainly take me some time to get back to well, whatever we decide normal is, because it's not exactly going to be what it was like before.
yeah. It's definitely, things are gonna change. And we'll see if it's for the better or for the worst. I think people are definitely gonna have to adapt to the changes. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mm.
But with that, we had some exciting news yesterday. SpaceX.
Yeah.
Launched
What? It was so cool.
the Dragon. The first time in 11 years, I believe, that we
It was like
launched.
3,000 odd days.
We launched from America. A manned spaceflight to the ISS.
Yeah, it was really
Last
good.
time,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we both watched it. It was certainly something else.
Oh, definitely. I think Elon Musk did a great job with the spacesuits. I love them. Very
Yeah.
practical looking.
Yeah.
The spacecraft itself, all the fly-by-wire stuff, very cool stuff. And it's just a great step for the world that a privatized company was able to work with the space agency
Was able to do
and
it.
do
Yeah.
this. Because it's just opening
No,
the new. What's up?
sorry, no, go ahead.
No. What I was just gonna say is opening the doors for the world, because now SpaceX. I don't know if SpaceX has an exclusive deal with NASA, or they're gonna work with the European Space Agency, Canada. I don't know. I haven't really read into that, but
I don't know. Probably because there aren't any other.
other than Russia using in Kazakhstan to get to the ISS.
Yeah, I suppose. But they named the so obviously the rocket is Falcon 9.
Yep.
The shuttle, sorry, the pod is technically Dragon 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 206 or something. But they named it Endeavour after the one of the original shuttles that they both Benken and which I thought was really cool, because there's like a tradition of them naming the pods.
Oh yeah. If you remember, Apollo 13 was Aquarius.
Yeah. There was they've always named them, so they decided to call it Endeavour, which I thought was very cool.
I think the one they stopped, and I can look it up right now because I don't want to be wrong. Because after the space shuttle program, I think after the Challenger, they stopped naming him the Challenger.
Yeah.
Just.
But whilst you're looking that up, I'll also say that for the people that were watching it, they had a dinosaur as well on the shuttle, and they had that because both of the Hurley and Benken's sons when they all got together before the launch and they pooled all of their like soft toys together, and their kids both love dinosaurs, and that one was chosen by both of the kids as the one to go up with them. So that was
I saw that.
was very
Yeah,
cool.
that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like they stopped naming things Challenger after the Challenger flight. There was a lot of space shuttle missions. Jesus Christ, I didn't really realize how many shuttle flights there were. There were 135. Jesus, we used the shuttles for that long? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm talking about is we talked about it's space with SpaceX using reusable parts in reusable aircraft is way more cost effective than building a whole rocket like the Saturn V and then it all breaks apart in the atmosphere. I know the fuel tanks for the space shuttles broke apart in the atmosphere, but the shuttle itself was landed, and that's probably the most expensive piece because that has all the gear. So with SpaceX, we saw I think the main engine, stage 1 land back in the I don't know, the landing pad in the ocean, and then the pod's gonna
the remote pad.
The pod's gonna land. I don't know if it's gonna land in the ocean. I didn't really.
I think it is because they, unlike the Soyuz capsules, I don't know whether they've developed. I mean, to be fair, they probably have developed a way for it to land on land because I'm assuming it's picking a point and obviously calculating entry, it's all that sort of stuff, but it's effectively parachutes.
Yes.
So I don't know what the pros and cons are of landing it on land versus water, but I know, as I said to you like the other day, there is significant damage to the pods when they land them in water, obviously due to the effects of salt water.
Yes. I remember them doing testing. Maybe they found a way to slow it down. Obviously you have to slow it down to a certain point so it can land on the water without killing the crew because of the force. But just like the Apollo missions, the salt water. But I feel like it's not in the water for too long.
No.
But obviously coming in atmosphere in a craft like that, the heat shield is a big part making. So I really don't know the after effects of coming through atmosphere like that. It's gotta there's gotta be some parts that need to be replaced. It's not just like, yep, let's slap this back on this aircraft.
Yeah. I think one of the other reasons why they choose to do the ocean splashdown is because it means that the water means that there's no need for a braking rocket. Like, you don't need to have an extra rocket on that capsule because there are no rockets on that capsule as far as I know. It's literally just maneuvering thrusters.
Exactly, and then it will
it cushions it basically.
Yes, exactly. It will cushion it. I wonder if they're going to land. I remember the Apollo missions, the trajectory was like in the Pacific. I wonder if it's going to be the same. I guess it depends where the ISS is coming down, because I remember like reading about all the Apollo missions, and to like the trajectory angle you have to actually come into atmosphere is very, very thin. You need to be just right, or you'll skip off the atmosphere, or you'll burn up. And it's like, fucking A, man. Space, I love that we got to this point again, because what does this mean for space travel? I know Virgin's out there doing stuff. What's his name? Richard Branson?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah, that's his name.
Virgin out there they're another private company that's trying to do not as I don't know they're not there like SpaceX is Elon Musk.
It's because SpaceX is dedicated to
Yeah.
space travel, whereas Virgin is has branched out over into so many other things, and it's just come to space exploration.
Yeah, they have airlines, right? Virgin Airlines, yeah.
Yeah, they've got fucking everything. They've got airlines, they've got trains, they've got. I use their broadband. I use their internet.
Fucking Richard Branson, he's probably like a billionaire.
Oh, he is. He's got so much money.
But I'm excited because does this mean we'll get to Mars quicker?
I was actually thinking about this last night. I know that everybody is very keen to go to Mars. I mean, hell, I'm reading a book called One Way, which is it's a really good book by Simon Morden, about Mars, about going to Mars, like building the world's first manned post on Mars. I mean, to be fair, the book is about it being done with a load of convicts, and it's about a murder, and it's very dark, but it's really cool. But one thing that I keep thinking, going back to, is before we can do Mars, why not? Like I see the pros of it, but I feel that we should look at building a more sustainable base, or just build a base on the moon first.
Well, I think SpaceX plan is so Mars is a part of the space plan, but I believe they're planning to do more manned missions to the moon as well.
Yeah, because if you can build a base, a habitable base on the moon, again, it's difficult because it's like, international waters. It's a really difficult thing to do. But I would imagine it would be sort of like the ISS, except on the moon. But yeah, like, obviously, big aspirations is a good thing. They're a good thing to have, but pace yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
If you do it too quickly and it all goes wrong, then the public will no longer be interested in space travel, and it'll go dead in the water for another 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, I think people's views are definitely different on space travel.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of scientific people. Like back in the 60s, I feel like people were excited about space travel because not just because America wanted to beat the Russians, but that was a big part of it. We were in a Cold War, and space race. We wanted to beat the Russians to the moon, and we did. For all you flat earthers and moon fake theorists out there, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said the other day, we were talking about there's a flat earther who's trying to build his own rocket, and this is typical, like, I hate to say it, it's like backwater America.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's trying to build his own rocket so he can go into what I can only imagine he's trying to go into, like a low Earth orbit, because that's as far as he's not even going to get that far, to try and prove that the Earth is flat. I'm like, dude, I've seen this rocket that he's building. Like, I've seen pictures of it, and he's literally doing it. It's like he's got like no backing for it. He's doing this himself out of his own pocket, and like that thing is going to kill him. He's going to try it. He'll probably get pretty high. I'll give him that. He'll probably reach the stratosphere, but he's not gonna get high enough, I don't think, and it's gonna come down. Something's gonna go wrong, and he's gonna die.
Yeah.
This is why you do not do this shit yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you can't DIY this shit.
Oh no, you can't DIY this shit at all.
I mean, I suppose that's kind of that's kind of what SpaceX has done, but you know what I mean. You get what I mean.
But this is also millions of dollars going into that company.
Yeah, and I don't even know what that guy does for a living.
I don't get. Like, people say the moon stuff, for example. People are like, pictures can be faked. I'm like, how do you explain Now, SpaceX just went live, going launch to the ISS. How do you explain that?
Yeah.
The whole world's lying to you?
Dude,
I just,
I'm sorry, no, I have to interject. I just looked up that dude.
yeah.
Dude, he's already dead.
Oh, did his rocket die?
No, he died in February. Oh my god.
His rocket.
Michael Hughes, popularly known as Mad Mike Hughes, was an American limousine driver, professed flat earther, and daredevil known for flying in self-built steam rockets. He died on February 22nd, 2020, while filming a stunt for an upcoming Science Channel television series. Oh my god. Like, knowing that now, I feel really bad, but still, it's like he died following the crash landing of a rocket he was piloting, built by himself and his collaborator. During launch, the rocket's parachute, which was designed for landing, appeared to deploy early and detach from the craft. A witness to the launch, freelance journalist Justin Chapman, said the rocket appeared to rub against the launch apparatus, perhaps tearing the parachutes. The launch event was being filmed for the Science Channel television series Homemade Astronauts, in which Hughes was to star. Following Hughes' death, Darren Schuster's public PR representative stated, "We used Flat Earth as a PR stunt. Flat Earth allowed us to get so much publicity that we kept going. I know he didn't believe in Flat Earth and it was a shtick." Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
But it made me feel really bad. But again, it kind of proves my point. Like, don't do this shit in your backyard. You know, it's gonna kill you, and this is proof.
Dude, I just don't get conspiracy theorists. I don't get how you can go against the majority of the population when there's so much evidence to support the theory that we did go to the moon and the Earth is round.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I've seen when I see people talking about this, I saw very briefly. I can't remember how it ended. It was like a YouTube video of an interview between flat earthers, conspiracy theorists, the majority of whom who were flat earthers and physicists. And literally, the conspiracy theorists' main argument was, the scientists were saying, "Here's proof that we did that," and all the other people want to know. It's like, no, I don't believe it until you take me up there and see it. It's like, do you realize how much money that would cost just to get you up there to prove a point? I'm like, sure, in the future, it's probably going to be possible to, commercial space flight is probably going to be a very viable thing.
Oh, just like Elon Musk's Hyperloop.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of these people's argument is literally, prove that it isn't.
Yeah.
Prove that it isn't faked. It's like, well, what do you want? They literally just try. They just try and turn the conversation. And I don't understand how people can believe this stuff. I mean, yeah, of course, I've never been to space.
Yeah.
I'm a linguist, but I studied science at school. It's believable to me. We watched the launch of the thing. It had live cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet people will still think, no, that's been doctored and it's been fed to you on a pre-planned schedule.
Like you sound
you're
fucking
joking.
insane right now.
Yeah.
It's just fucking crazy, man. But I hope
tinfoil hat people.
Tinfoil fucking hat people.
Yeah.
But so on that point, I'm not a conspiracy theorist when it comes to and I wouldn't even say conspiracy theorist with this, but I do believe in aliens. If you don't believe in aliens,
oh yeah,
you're fucking. If you don't believe in aliens, there's something fucking wrong with you. There's so many planets in this universe. How could one not sustain other life than us?
Well, yeah. There's another thing which I read about this is pertaining to Mars. So that obviously, if there is water as there is on Earth, there is, an incredibly high chance that it can sustain, it can evolve and develop and sustain life. Yeah. So where there's water, there is life.
Yes, exactly.
Because bacteria, because all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not a scientist, but they said that there's frozen lakes on Mars, and Mars used to be a water planet. Therefore, there is most likely, or there was, life on Mars. So, and if that's possible in one planet in our solar system, and if the universe is as expansive and massive as they say, which it's hard to get your head around, but I believe it's possible. Then no shit, there are probably other planets with species and stuff, and there's probably some weird shit out there. But of course I think it's possible. It's just it's a matter of time.
Exactly, it's a matter of time when we start more space exploration, and we'll figure it out. Same thing with like the oceans, man. I feel there's some creepy shit in the oceans we haven't found.
Oh, in like the Marianas Trench.
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh god, yeah.
There's
some Lovecraftian shit down there.
Oh fuck yeah. There's this one YouTube video I watched, like 10 of the creepiest sounds heard underwater. And one of them, the narrator was, this could be Cthulhu from H.P. Lovecraft's novel, and I was like, because where it's being heard is the exact point where H.P. Lovecraft said Cthulhu was, and I was like, dude, imagine just one day we discovered there's just these gigantic fucking monsters living in these places.
Yeah.
I'd shit my pants. Don't we know? I'm pretty sure we know more about space than we do our own oceans.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, definitely. But I for some reason I find space more comforting than oceans. Like I don't know why. I think it's because space is at the moment, as we know it, is empty.
Yes.
Obviously, to a certain degree, it's empty. But the oceans we know is full of stuff, and I don't know. It's just weird. I love the sea. I love to go diving. I love doing all that stuff. But it's also absolutely terrifying at the same time.
Things can kill you from underneath that you can't. So space, I know space is black, but you can
kill you in many ways.
You can generally see where you're standing. You can generally see in every direction.
Yeah.
If you are diving or you're just in the middle of the ocean, you look down, you can only see
so far.
You don't know what's living. You don't know what's. Say you're in the middle of the fucking ocean, just taking a nice swim. It's nice, calm seas. You don't know what's 100 feet below you. There could be a shark.
I think it's also the fact that exactly. We know that there's stuff that will kill us in there.
Yeah,
and we know that we already know that there are things that we know of that we know want to kill us or that are just dangerous, and so we take that and then we times it by a magnitude, and there's probably huge other horrible things down there that would also have that great potential of just destroying lots of stuff. And there is probably that stuff in space as well. I mean, space itself can do that to you. It can kill you in so many different ways. It can boil you and freeze you at the same time. However, it's that thing when you think about it. There are probably creatures out there in space, and I've just immediately thought of the xenomorph from Aliens. But we can't confirm that yet. Is my point?
Yes.
We already have death from space, and the vacuum of space to deal with. So yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. It's as we know, space is less scary to me because if you get a punctured spacesuit, you probably die instantly because it will just rupture the pressure. The pressure differential will just rupture it.
Maybe
Depending on how nice your suit is.
Yeah.
But if you have a hole in your suit, depending on what the material is, it could very well just rip and then just blow your suit open.
Yeah.
And because there's no oxygen, you will just die. You're not going to suffocate. You're just going to die.
Yeah.
Almost instantly. Water, for example, water on the other hand, You're gonna drown. It's gonna be a horrid experience.
Although I've heard drowning is actually rather peaceful. Initially, it's terrifying, but I've heard that
Once
like
you get past the I can't fucking breathe stage.
Well, no, I think it's like once it started, and once your brain kind of realizes like, right, this isn't, this is happening now, and this is the end. Like you like apparently it's just far calmer. I think by comparison with something like immolation, like being burned alive.
Oh fucking A, dude! Burned at the stake.
Well, yeah, well, we don't do that anymore, but yeah.
No, we don't. We're not.
No.
Catherine the Great. Sorry, my dog's freaking the fuck out right now.
It's okay.
Fucking like chewing with his bone so loud. Maybe lose my train of thought. No, we're fuck. What was that? I think she was burned at the stake. Really old.
There's countless people burned at the
not
stake.
witches. I think she was French. I forget her name. Fuck it. I'll think of it. No, exactly. There's a lot. This podcast got real deep, real dark.
Yeah.
there's a lot harsher ways to die.
Yeah.
I don't. So I get with drowning. I feel like if I wanted to do it, which I don't. People, just hypothetically speaking, I think I would just want to shoot myself.
Well, I don't have that luxury. Again, not that I'm not that I'm aiming for it, but
No,
yeah.
But like, I feel like getting eaten by a shark would fucking suck.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Poison
Well,
would-
one of my gap year students, when I was at school, had her arm taken off by a shark.
God fucking damn it. God bless him.
Yeah.
It's.
Or at least that's what they said. I have no idea if it was true or not. I was like 10 at the time. They could have been lying. Oh dear.
It's fucking. It's just fucking crazy, man. The world. And this is why I say it religiously. Do not take life for granted. Life. There's so much in the world that can kill you and take your life in an instant. Just live life every day to the fullest, people.
Well, this is and like just as a last thing, and I was sat outside with this book. I was sat on my little balcony. The sun was shining. I had some music on, and I wrote a tweet about this as well. Like, I thought to myself, despite all that's going on right now, and reading this book about going to Mars and all the horrible things that could happen, I thought to myself, I was like, wow, things could be a whole hell of a lot worse.
Oh, definitely.
Things could be so much. Like, I've got my health, I've got my sanity for now.
We could be on Mars and running out of food.
Yeah.
We just don't know. We don't know the unknown, and it could be exactly. You're right. It could be a lot worse. And some people just don't have that optimistic view. Some people are pessimists, and I'm just like, no, it's worse. It's the worst situation.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's not. It could be World War III right now. It could be the atomic age. It could be Metro. It could be living in the train tunnels.
in Metro, yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking A. But everybody, it's about time to wrap up. Thank you guys for so much for joining us for another episode of the Shenanigans Podcast. We will be back next weekend. Hopefully some exciting news happens so we can chat more. But we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
All right.